I didn't find anything that was interesting. So I was looking in other articles for something that might be practical, helpful, or useful. And I started a new series of talks on my YouTube channel called The Art of Fatherhood. It's all about, this is very personal, it's all about my experiences as a parent and what works and what doesn't work for me, which might be the same or different for other people. And I have one post on bias in there.
On
Bias, B-I-A-S, bias. Now, bias is when you are not equal with people, right?
Yes.
So let's say, a classic example, let's say I like Liverpool football team. Liverpool plays Manchester United. I want Liverpool to win, right? That's bias. Now, people like to think that the world is all fair and equal and level and balanced. But it's not a lot of the time. It's not. Because everyone's got a different experience, everyone's coming from a different place, everyone's paid by a different person. You know, you're gonna do what your boss tells you to do, right? So there's always some level or some kind of bias in everything that goes on. Sad to say, we would like to think that in a court of law that everything would be balanced and equal, and a lot of the time it's not. Sometimes it is, but there's as many bad examples as good examples. So bias is something that exists naturally in everybody. Maybe you like strawberry ice cream. Maybe that's your bias. Yeah. Maybe you like yeah. Maybe you like Metallica as a music group. That's a bias, right? So it's everywhere. And it's very important to understand this, because when we begin to understand this, we begin to see that it's not quite as balanced as it should be, right? We all have preferences. We all have things that we like. And this makes it difficult for us to be even, to be level, to be equal. It means we need to try hard or harder to make things level or equal where we need to do that in terms of the creation of opportunities for people. But here's my point. There are 360 basic biases that every person has. There's 360. And bias is a problem if we can't see it. If we can see it, then we can understand it and we can know it's there. But if we can't see it, and think of this in terms of marketing and communicating with people. When we know what a person likes, we can help them to get more of what they like. And this is the beginning of understanding of bias, that we're not all equal, we're not all the same, we never will be. We can try to create a fair playing field. Football is a game with 22 people. All of them are different. Different skills, different experiences, different thoughts. They're all different. Yeah. And so when we understand the bias, now in football it's easy to understand because it's like, okay, this person is good with their hands, so we put them in goal. Oh, they're not so good with their feet, but they're good with their hands, so we put them in goal as the goalkeeper. But bias in terms of people is more complicated when it's psychological. We can't see it. But everyone's got... The first time somebody meets you, they don't know what you like and what you don't like. They've got to get in your head. They got to get information out of your head about who you are and what you do and what you like. And to get to the truth of the most important information, we have to be able to see bias that people have. We have to be able to identify it. And in this post on fatherhood, I select 3 biases that are very important for every person to recognize, because if they can't see it, they'll make a big mistake. Of course, you need to see it in yourself before you can see it in other people. So I would like to give you the 3 biases, because I think they might be helpful in terms of business and communication.